If they have to, they have to.
Okay.
It's not here.
I mean, it's not a storage.
Good morning.
Morning.
Eli, you're semi-retired, Eli.
No. And that's the last thing I am is semi-retired. And I don't want to be.
Good. This is the important part. But people don't realize the minute you retire, you're starting a slowly to come.
I told somebody told me, I don't know if it's true, there's no Hebrew word for retirement. Is that true?
There is a mother in Hebrew, but in the Lashon HaKodesh, אין דבר כזה. אין דבר כזה. Since we start every day בהלכות לשון הרע, you have a pasuk in this week's parasha. The parasha here says,
Hopefully, we have another week before we.
the pasuk says here, you have to remember in a positive command, you have to remember what happened to Miriam. What is that? If you look in Monei HaMitzvot, yes, Perek Chavdalet, I wrote it. Perek Chavdalet Pasuk Tet, it's one Pasuk, Chavdalet Tet. It's page 1060. Look how interesting it is. Pasuk Chet, Eli, you have the article, Eli? 1060 או כ"ד פסוק ח' הישמר ברגע הצרה, לשמור מאוד ולעשות, בכל אשר יורו אתכם הכהנים הלוויים. This is a positive command. If someone does have a tzara, he's not allowed to take a surgeon and medically remove it. As a matter of fact, the Gemara wants to know theoretically, by Brit Milah, if there is a nega tzarat on the baby, here it is. Gemara wants to know that perhaps, Eli, this is what you mentioned this week in the beginning of the week.
Right, that's the classic example of the
So first the Torah won't take the Chumash and say 10:6. Oh, you mean this is a long email.
Explaining them the whole thing.
And then the next pasuk is Zachor et asher asa Hashem Elokecha leMiriam b'derech b'tzedchem u'Mitzrayim. Very interesting pasuk. Yes. Remember what happened to Miriam as you traveled in the Midbar. Why is b'derech b'tzedchem u'Mitzrayim? It didn't happen right away. B'derech. Miriam, who basically sacrificed their life to save her brother. And because of her, we have Moshe. Miriam, because of her, we have the warrior, yes? When she spoke slightly in this respectful way against her brother, got it. Zachor, yes? Remember, before you have something to say about a friend, this is one of the positive command. I have to show you something totally new. Larry, this is your, look a second at page 1062, since we are already at the end. Look at 1062. כי ישבו אחים יחדיו, two brothers lived together. ומת אחד מהם, one died without children. ובן אין לו, לא תהיה אשת his wife cannot marry before she receives either Yibum or Chalitza. Yeshvu Achim Yachyav, only if the brothers live together. The mother gave birth to the second brother after the first one died.
Right. So is a single?
Yeah, they have to be together. Okay, fine. והיה הבכור אשר תלד יקום אשר אחיו המת. Fine. Look a second. If he refuses to marry his sister, it could be for a million reasons, yes? He doesn't like her looks. He has enough with his wife, or his wife says to him, don't dare bring another woman home. He's giving her a chalitza. Listen carefully to, something new completely. וניגשה יבימתו, look at פסוק ט', וניגשה יבימתו אליו לעיני הזקנים, וחלצה נעלו. And she removes the shoe מעל רגלו from his leg, וירקה בפניו, she spits in front of him, וענתה ואמרה, ככה יעשה לאיש אשר לא יבנה את בית אחיו. So basically it's a humiliating type of, because you must have their 5 rabbis. And normally people come, and if you refuse to do it, fine. Now, look a second, if someone tells you, Irani is in the shoe business, remove your shoe. Where is your shoe, Rani? In your warehouse? On you. Look at the pasuk.
Oh, it says Me'ala, right.
וחצה נעלו מעל רגלו. You realize that באמת, I like the question first of all. It's obvious that the shoe is being. So Paul Sadler's brother Shlomo showed me something fascinating. Someone showed him. In Megillat Ruth, you remember what happened in Megillat Ruth? Yeah, open Megillat Ruth in the back of your book if you have it. פרק ד' מגילת רות, פסוק ז'. It's by you, it's page 1272. רות, ד' ז', by you, it's 1272. You remember that Boaz offers his uncle the first chance to redeem the land, and in addition, he has to be Miyabem Ruth, and he refuses. So Boaz is doing it. Please listen carefully. And he refuses. וזאת, look at פסוק ז', פסוק ז', וזאת לפנים בישראל, על הגאולה ועל התמורה, which means, that Megillat Ruth, who was written by Shmuel HaNavi, is revealing to us. A new Kinyan, the name of the Kinyan is Kinyan Chalipin, yes? Eli has a cow. I have a horse. Eli has an interest in my horse. If I make a meshicha on Eli's cow, automatically my horse becomes Eli's. This is called Kinyan Chalipin, yes?
Yeah.
So this now that Megillat Ruth is the Kinyan. וזאת לפנים בישראל, על הגאולה ועל התמורה, לקיים כל דבר, שלף איש נעלו ונתן לרעהו. So if I want to buy Eli's cow, I would give Eli my shoe. Do you think that every man was wearing shoe, and this is the way to make it Yanima? You are in the diamond business, you are in the gold business, you take your shoe off. And most people, you know what the Targum? You know what the Targum says? Larry, do you have access to the Targum?
Yes.
Read us the Targum, please.
All right. V'titkara yivimte levate likdam savaya v'tishrei seine me'al ragle.
No, this is the Targum Bayas, but I'm saying in Megillat Ruth.
Oh, Megillat Ruth. Sure, let me go to Megillat Ruth.
Dalet Pasuk Zayin. Ruth, Dalet Zayin. Something totally new. I want you to hear it.
Ruth, Dalet Zayin. 1 second. Sure. Okay, here we go.
Targum.
Got it. Targum Ketuvim. Okay. Uchahada minhaga ba'idan the milikat binan minhaga b'Yisrael b'zman the shakalan the taran ufarkan umachlafan chad min chavrei umakarmin kol midam utalag var nartik yad b'yamine v'oshit be'kinyan l'chichat.
Not like Nartik Yadeh. What is Yad Nartik Yadeh? He learns that the Nal in Ruth is your glove, not your shoe. It is.
Oh.
which means it makes my
Nartik yadeh, yadeh.
nartik yadeh. You see the word nartik yadeh? Which means, can you imagine every time I'm making a business check, I'm taking off my shoe and I'm giving him? He says, your glove. This is why the guy has to write Bayaz v'shalaf na'alu na'al raglo. Don't think it's same na'al as over there. By Megillat Ruth, by the Kinyan.
But the Torah is first.
No, but no, so the Torah says, even though
Oh.
normally, by Kinyanim,
We do.
Oh,
is
I
the
see.
na'al, is the na'al. Of course the Torah is first. And the contrary,
Right,
which means the
right,
Torah
right.
is hinting to
Right.
us
It was
here.
humiliating.
The Torah is hinting to us
That
here.
deal,
exactly.
when Bush went to Afghanistan or something, somebody threw a shoe at him,
Like
it's
that.
humiliating. Shoe is like, that's.
It's fascinating, you know, nartik yadeh. Nartik yadeh is a glove.
So that's the kinyan.
Yes.
I got
עכשיו
it.
תראה
And
דבר.
also on this, and the Buddha said a third person takes the shoe off. In this case, it's.
No,
the-
not the same. If me and you are about to
Yeah.
complete the kinyan, yes,
Oh.
okay, it's a machlokes who does what. But
Yeah.
I'll give you a good example you saw a million times.
You have it
You-
Pesach with the rabbi.
There's a wedding, correct? Before the groom signs the ketubah, what does the rabbi do?
The handkerchief.
What is he
Pen or
doing?
handkerchief,
What
yeah.
is it?
Same
It's
thing
good,
when we saw the chametz.
it's good for the pictures. What is he doing?
Kinyan.
The rabbi represents the bride. And he says to the
Yeah.
groom, you have to obligate yourself for the ketubah. We are doing kinyan chalipim. I'm giving you a handkerchief or a yarmulke or a pen. In exchange, you have to give me something. Well, what are you doing? This is kinyan chalipim, yes?
Didn't that happen? Didn't that happen with Yaakov? Wait a minute. Isn't but the Bechorah with Esav, there was a Kinyan Chalipin also, no?
נכון, אבל שמה it's a verbal קניין חליפין. Here, שם
No,
כתוב,
but did he give
over there Yaakov is telling him, the price of the Bechorah is
Nesirat Hashem?
it's a regular price. I can buy an item by you, or you can sell me anything you want for any service you demand. But here, מאוד מעניין, מאוד מעניין.
So in our case, it's a kinyan as well. We're talking about a share. The type of kinyan has to do with the shoe on.
Right. But look a
It's very
second.
humiliating.
Now look, pay attention now. Go back to Chalitza 1064. After she removes the shoe and she spits in front of him, ve'anta ve'amra. מה זה ve'anta ve'amra? ככה יעשה לאיש אשר לא יבנה את בית אחיו. Look, please look at the English translation a second. Pasuk 9, Rani.
Then his sister-in-law shall approach him before the eyes of the elders. She shall remove his shoe from on his foot and spit before him. She shall speak up and say.
See,
It's-
they translate, she should speak up.
Yeah.
But בלשון הקודש, מה זה וענתה
Answers.
ואמרה? Answers to what?
Yeah.
Keep your finger here and go to next week.
But you have it with Eglah Rufa, not yet.
יופי.
Anu Vamru, and also by Miriam. And also you have it Vanita Vamarta also.
And this is what I'm aiming now. Look at 1068 in Parashat Ki Tavo next week. Next week.
1068.
Then I'll go what
It's-
Larry
it's-
said
it's-
for Parashat Shoftim. You listen carefully what is text. The farmer comes with fresh fruit, he's placing it in front of the Kohen, Ve'anita ve'amarta, the same exactly. Look at the Rashi over there, something amazing. Rashi over there says, Ve'anita Rashon haramat kol.
Right.
You have to say it loud. Why didn't Rashi say it here in Parashat Ki Tetzeh? Ve'anta ve'amra? Wait. And Larry found the other places in Parashat Shoftim. Look a second, in last week's Parasha, the judges, look at 1042 a second.
Also, we have it in, don't we have it in Har Sinai, Vanuva Amru, Nasa Venishma, maybe?
This is a song, לא בטבע, בפסוק לא כתוב. So listen over there, כתוב, וענו ואמרו, the Kohanim, וענו ואמרו, ידינו לא שפכו את הדם הזה, our hands did not spill the blood. Why did Rashi choose on the third time? Again, Vayegla Rufa, the woman, and I saw something very deep. It's obvious that when the judges and the Kohanim are saying it loud. Rashi doesn't have to say. Because the whole idea is, we found a dead body, our hands are clean. So of course you say it loud. The woman in the courthouse, in front of the judges and the people, screams, not only she said it, shame on you, you know? אתה לא רוצה?
She's upset.
By Bikurim, your saying is a saying of gratitude. Very often, thank you very much. Say it loud and clear. But only when it comes to Hakarat HaTorah, to thank someone, the Torah has to emphasize,
Make sure you
make sure you say it clear and loud. Now, you understand, it's about more, because very often we are embarrassed to acknowledge
thanks.
thanks, because it means I'm not such a superman as I thought.
Wow.
Nathan, how come you don't have a chumash? Nathan learns Torah שבעל פה, this is Torah שבכתב, Nathan a chumash, Gemara. You have to,
1060.
so this goes, it's a good Dvar Torah. Sometimes you think, you know, you have a grandson, years, you have to say, so I'm saying it loud and clear. You know? No one should.
So in type of grief or type of protest, people instinctively are gonna be loud about it. I'm not the one, or whatever you did.
My
In
wife,
the case of gratitude, maybe people are.
not maybe, I'm telling you why, because to thank you for a favor, basically,
Take something.
I needed you. It's not me, I'm not in control. Yeah? I read last night, my wife gets a magazine, Mishpacha, they have 4 pages, 6 pages to read just for that. A lady, one of the Sikhs that was killed 2 weeks ago, she spoke 100 times in different places all over the Jewish community. So the woman that accompanied her, a woman from the 5 towns, says, the first time when we went and she saw her son's car, you know, reading the bullets. Here it is. She says, the mother says, Mizmor LeTodah. She says, Mizmor LeTodah to Hashem. Says, what are you thanking Hashem for?
For what you had.
Listen carefully. Do you see how many cars are burned? How many cars are destroyed?
Wow.
So whoever was there is definitely not alive, correct? But my son was in this car, it's only bullet, maybe he's
Maybe
still
he
alive.
was alive. Wow. Look at the shred of
No,
possibility.
but you hear what keeps the woman? And she was right, the son was alive till 10 days ago. I think it's a good argument to do it anyway. Since we are on page 10, something fascinating. Look at Pasuk Yud Aleph. Remember, we finished with the Chalitza, with the Yibum Chalitza. Ki natzu anashim yachdav. I said it last night now. Ish ve'achiv. Ve'karva eshet ha'echad la'atzil et isha. The wife wants to save her husband. He's being bitten by a bullet. Ve'shalcha yada ve'echzika b'mevushav. She grabs the sensitive area of,
It's private part.
yes. Ve'katzota et kapa. Katzota et kapa means she has to pay for the humiliation.
Yeah.
Why is it written right after the story of the Chalitza? Here it is. The story of the Chalitza is telling you that sometimes in order to protect your husband's memory, you can humiliate someone. Right? This is what she's doing.
Oh, in this case, it's okay humiliating.
She might think, you see, the Torah says,
How far can you go?
it's once that we do because we gave the brother-in-law a chance. Marry your sister-in-law. It's good for her, good for you, good for your brother. If you refuse, this is what the Torah tells you to do. Don't think that if you want to save your husband, you can humiliate his opponent. Of course, you're allowed to protect your husband. kick him, scream, knock his head off. But to do that, not that you cannot. This is what this phone says. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Look further. The Torah says this is for business people, but it's for us in many other areas. If you are a merchant, you want to have two sets of weights, right? Weight is even ve'even. Eifa ve'eifa if you sell by volume. Even shlema tiyeh lecha. Ki to'ava et Hashem Elokecha. Look at Pasuk Tzayin. Kol oseh eile, kol oseh aven. Rani, read for us Pasuk 16.
16, for an abomination of Hashem, your God, are all who do this, all who act corruptly.
All who act corruptly. The all who act corruptly is extra.
Yeah.
You know why the Pasuk says before, don't be dishonest in business. Don't have two sets of rules. Yeah? Why do you have to summarize again? I saw yesterday the Ktav Sofer says, sometimes a man is cheating you. So because now when I deal with him, I'm cheating him.
Can't cheat
The
him
Torah
back.
says,
Can't get
Yeah.
back that.
don't get it back that way. You can prove to him, you can do this, you can take it to a din Torah, but call us even though
He did it to me.
he did it to you. But about this is in real life. Go now to 1062 a second. Look at פרק כ"ה פסוק א'. כי יהיה ריב בין אנשים, there is a dispute between people. וניגשו על המשפט, they are going to the judge, ושפטו, and the judges find הציגו את הצדיק, הרשיעו את הרשע. והיה, אם בינה כל את הרשע, this is the only place in the Torah that the Torah describes the punishment of lashes. If the rasha deserves lashes, והפילו השופט, the shofet doesn't knock him down. Basically, we tie him up to a pole. His chest is bending down. The malkot that he gets are divided to three. A third on each soldier and a shoulder, and a third on each chest. והפילו השופט ויקראו לפניו כדי רשעתו במספר. 40 יקל ולא יוסיף, it's really 39. According to the Rambam, you hear, according to the Rambam in the Torah, it deserves 40. And the reason the rabbis told us to do 39 because we are afraid if you make one mistake, over an issur in the Torah. So לא יוסיף להכותו, be very careful. פן יוסיף להכותו עלי למכה רבה. By the way, the Gemara in Sanhedrin and the Rambam are learning from this pasuk that if out of anger you smack someone, it's assumed in the Torah. Here. לא יוסיף להכותו, okay. פן יוסיף להכותו עלי למכה רבה ונקלע אחיך לעיניך. So Rani, read to us the English translation, ונקלע אחיך לעיניך. This is Pasuk Gimel.
40 shall he strike him, he shall not add, lest he strike him an additional blow beyond these, and your brother will be degraded in your eyes. You shall not.
Now, very good. How do you understand at the end of the Pasuk, Rani? And your brother will be degraded. By what?
See, God,
Okay.
too much.
So Rani learns that this is really the way to learn.
Extra bad.
The Pasuk is if you give him one, does he really care if he gets 39, 40, Rani? I mean, he got already 39, and this is the punishment for something bad. The Gemara learns out from here, Rani. Listen to unbelievable halacha. What happened if we tie up the man and the man behind him is standing with a whip, ready to strike? And he got so nervous, and you see that he's making in his pants?
The
The one that was supposed to get the lessons.
uh,
The Gemara says, untie him, go home. The purpose, if he humiliated himself in public, is patur.
already humiliated.
Which means that the purpose of the makot
Shame.
is not so much the physical pain.
Oh,
No.
Sounds a bit.
It sounds a bit number because we always have pictures from movies, you know. The Gemara says that the straps that we choose are from a calf, not from a bull, to make sure that it's, and we make sure that the one that strikes is not a man that goes every day to the gym and his muscles.
Yeah, shame is a
It's
very tough emotion to deal with.
When
Even
we
you put a kid in the class, you know, all the times they put a kid in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
It says humiliated. Nobody hit him, and he was just. humiliated.
V'nikla achicha le'elav. Remember, this is the pasuk. If you really follow the Torah with it, it's a theme that even if a man has to suffer and he is being punished, do whatever you have to do, but don't overdo it. Yes, don't overdo it. So taking Rani's pshat, if you give him a 40th, since every blow is a humiliation, it's an extra humiliation which he does not deserve.
Yeah.
Right?
What was the extra humiliation? It was hard to hear.
No, look at the pasuk.
He got
No, what
40.
happened to him? You said when he started,
You mean what I said in the beginning? The Gemara says in Makot that as you tie the person up and the man is coming to him with a whip, he's losing himself, he's making in his pants.
Yeah.
oh, I see, I wasn't shy, that's what I thought. Okay, good.
Publicly, the Gemara says, let him go. You just let him go. You know why? Because he suffered humiliation.
The movie about a terrible crime, and they were gonna hang the guy who did the murders. And he asked the executioner, do me a favor, I wanna eliminate before you hang me, because I don't wanna be appear that way, even if you hang
Yeah,
me.
this is
I
exactly.
don't wanna
wow.
make him my pants.
So the point.
The movie in cold blood.
Yeah, but this is exactly the point. This is exactly the
He
point.
said, please, I don't wanna.
Wow. Look a second now to the next pasuk. It's okay. Which means what? If you harvest, if you plow or you thresh with a bull, don't put a muzzle. Did you ever ask yourself, look a second, we spoke before about the punishment of Malkot, 207 lotus. The next parasha is Chalitza, yes?
Yeah,
What is this pasuk
what
suddenly?
does that have to do with it?
Listen to this. The Gemara in Sanhedrin, Gemara in Makot learns from you many halachot that we said many times without realizing. Remember the other day, Larry? Love. How come there's no Malkot by Lashon Hara? Because I'm not physically doing anything. Who says that 39 lashes is only if you do actively something wrong? Lo tachsom shor v'dishor. The fact that I have to put a muzzle on him, this is an act, yes?
Oh,
So any Aveira that does not have, another good example, you're supposed to remove the chametz from your house before Pesach, you did not. You have an Aveira min haTorah, lo yira'eh v'lo yimatzeh. Nevertheless, says the Rambam, there's no Malkot. Why? Because he didn't do anything. He left it in the house. So love sheyesh bo maaseh, you get Malkot. Love she'ein bo maaseh, there's no Malkot. Here's another example. We spoke the other day. Kol lav shenitak le'aseh, lo tikach ha'em al habanim. You cannot take the mother bird. Shalech teshalach. If he did it, he doesn't get 29 lessons. Why? Because the Torah right away gives you an assay, a positive command to fix it. How do you know that if you have a positive command, there's no malkot from here? Lo tachsom shor v'dishor is the prime example of Aveira that you get 39 lessons. This is why it's written right after malkot. There is no nitak le'aseh here. The issur is don't put a muzzle.
Muzzle.
You did it,
Yeah.
you get 39 lashes. So lav she'ein bo ma'aseh makot, lav anitak la'aseh makot. Okay, then there is another one.
Milah is a lav she'nitek la'aseh.
No, Eli, milah is aseh. Milah is looked upon as mitzvat aseh.
Oh, okay, right. So, but the reason you don't get malkut is because you get paid.
Then you have lav shenitan et hashlumin. Lo tigzol ve'ishiv et hagzela.
Yeah, but that's very close to us, say, lavani takla, say kind of.
But it is nitak la'aseh, but it's also labeled as nitan et hashlumin. You're learning it from here.
When the 39 or 40 in the Aveluz, when the person saying Kaddish and they don't make it for the 12 months, also a type of potential humiliation for the man that the person who passed away needed the 12 months. So we don't only do, we take off 2 weeks. Is there any analogous there at all?
Yeah, no, over there is, no one wants to declare that I'm looking at my father, alav shalom, as a rasha. The Gemara says, Mishpat Rish'ei Yisrael, it's a Mishnah, in Masechet Yevamot, Mishpat Rish'ei Yisrael beGehenom is 12 months.
12 months. So
So if a person says Kaddish,
that is
12 months, basically,
the person.
so out of respect to his father or his mother, real great people. You have to be very big. He used to say Kaddish 12 months. They used to say stop for 2 days just because the Halacha says so. Because rarely you have a man that can be cleansed in 12 months, but this is go a second back to Perek Chav Gimel Pasuk Yud. It's a previous page. Really. 2 pages.
Chav Gimel, what pasuk?
Chav Gimel Yud.
Thank you.
I need to be sorry.
It's page 1056. לא תהיה קדשה מבנות ישראל, a Jewish woman should not be designated to be a legal prostitute, ולא יהיה קדש בבני ישראל, a male should not be a... לא תביא אתנן זונה, ומחיר כלב בית השם אלוקיך, כי תועבת השם אלוקיך אדם שלהם. Prostitutes get a lamb as payment for her services. She cannot offer it as a korban. What a woman is the Torah saying? She's a prostitute. You know the Ramban says? This Ramban speaks to all of us 1,000,000 times a year. She feels very guilty and dirty. She is, says the Ramban, she believes if she takes it to cleanse herself.
I think we just lost somebody.
Charity would stole money. Oh, as kids tell me every year after Kippur, he says, Rabbi, the man that bought Pticha Faneila for a lot of money never showed his face during the year in shul. So why is he paying so much? Because I'm coming once a year,
Well,
$250,000. Okay. The Torah says you cannot cleanse yourself with דברים עמוקים מאוד מאוד, yes.
But the shul can take the money.
What?
You mean not, but the shul can take the money.
Eli, what happened if she got paid money, not a lamb? And she bought a lamb, believe it or not, the lamb, I can
No problem.
the lamb is kosher, yes, no problem. Eli is right, no problem. No, but the idea is, I mean, the trick is to realize you associate the lamb, she associates it with her wrong behavior. As you said the other day, Rani told us, look on top of the page 1056. ויד תהיה לך מחוץ למחנה ויצאת שם החוץ. ויתד תהיה לך על זעיניך. Every Jewish soldier had to have a peg, a digger, If he has to relieve himself, he has to go outside of the camp, dig and cover. Here are what the Torah expects Jewish soldiers in a war, not only to be respectful to yourself, don't lose the basics of humanity. In a war, there are dvarim yafim מאוד.
Interesting, Rabbi. A person, it's a place you could just put sand or dirt on it, but it says dig. You want to take an effort to do it, not just
good. This is
not
good.
lay some
Yeah,
dirt on top of it. No,
yeah.
digging is an effort.
This is very good. This is very good. Rabbi Galinsky used to say as follows. You hear? Says he went to Sibir. He said he saw a fellow every morning getting up very early. Look at this, stand straight, salutes himself. He said, the guy is there. After a few days, he says to him, "What is that?" He says, "You know who I am? I'm a general in the Polish army. Here I'm a slave.
Sense of
I'm
self.
reminding myself every
Lose the
day.
sense of self.
So deep. He says, don't forget who you are. You're in a war, you are here, you are there. There are many external achor that keeps your dignity. He used to always say it in Yiddish, vergiss nicht, don't forget who you are no matter what.
I read an essay on a book, but a big time executive in one of the chapters, and the title is "Remember Who You Are." His mother was his biggest booster since he was a child, and she always tell him, "Remember who you are." His whole life, he went with that mantra that he always remembered who he was based on what his mother
This
told
is
him.
exactly it. You remember, each one of us, did you ever see the play Fiddler on the Roof? That's the movie.
Neither.
If you're my age,
So
you
cool.
saw the play, and Zero Mastel was the main character. You know why Zero Mastel called himself Zero Mastel? Says when I was a child, my mother used to say nothing will come out of you but a zero.
Wow.
This is in honor of
Terrible.
No. You can look at it too. I'm saying it as if he says, I want my mom to realize that sometimes the zero, if you put one next to it, becomes 10.
Look at that.
Wow.
I saw a sign in a school when we were doing planning Macadamia Sheet of school. I went to the public school, and the sign on the wall it says, "All children are born with gifts. Some of them open up later than others."
Yes.
It's a beautiful expression.
Beautiful. Very often when I speak to parents, if the kid is a good kid, it's good. Whatever the kid is, so listen, every kid is a diamond. Some need more polish. Some need, you have to clean the dust off. Every time, even if your report was negative, if you say to the parents, which means, and this is the truth, it's cute to say, but now go to the
Think of it, if
beginning.
you don't want to attribute to my late mother. I may have told the story before. When I was in junior high school, I was
It's a
supposed to take a
very
test.
good.
Supposed to take a test for one of the 5 specialized high schools. Brooklyn Tech. A very tough test, and so on Sunday, the test was Monday. I told my mother, Sunday, I'm not taking the test. She said, "You wanna take the test?" I went back half hour later. "I'm not taking the test." She says, "I told you, you don't take the test, don't take the test." I went back an hour later. I said, "Look, I'm tired." She says, "I told you, but don't just remember. If you don't take the test, everybody will say Ronnie Tal could have gone to Brooklyn Tech High School, but he didn't take the test."
Well, you see it now, but
Great psychology.
now look a second now at the beginning of the parasha in 1046. 1046. Right, so we began the parasha with a Jewish soldier that cannot hold himself back. He takes a woman and and then you have the story of Ben Sorer Umore, right? The Torah is telling us, the Ben Sorer Umore has to be punished at a young age. You have many. Listen to a good story. This you can tell everybody what you have, but the message is so cool. It's so I never saw it before. So when the market, he found himself a goat. He's extremely happy. He's going on. So he's riding on a donkey. He's attaching the goat to the tail of the donkey, and to make sure that he's not losing the goat. He's riding on 3 bandits. It's a mashal.
Yeah.
It's a good story, isn't it? One said,
Have a good Shabbos, Ike.
Hi, Larry. Eli.
listens to
Here we go.
the few minutes later, where's the goat? Starts to scream, he's crying. The second guy comes to him. Why are you crying? Why are you screaming? Someone told me. Most likely he's right there. Run after him. I'll keep your donkey. Comes back.
Rabbi, we missed
The
Larry, myself, and a few others. We missed. You went blank for a few minutes, so we missed.
Well,
what you were saying.
Tell the story after.
the story.
Jojo, tell me the story after. I don't want to interrupt the rep. I'm sorry. Jojo, tell me later.
Good story. If you have wherever you have in the house, again, a simple farmer on a donkey is buying a goat, is extremely happy. He's putting a bell on the goat, and he's
He's tying the goat to the tail of
trying
his
to
donkey.
go to the tail of his donkey.
But to make sure he's there, so he has a bell on the
Bell.
goat.
And every few minutes he looks back. 3 bandits are saying, one says, I'm going to steal the goat. I don't big deal, I'll steal his donkey. The third one says, I'll steal his clothes off. Okay, so the first one, very simply, removes the bell, attaches it to the tail of the donkey,
Takes the goat.
and he's continuing. After a few minutes, the goat is gone, he starts to scream. The second guy comes, why are you screaming? He says, someone stole my goat. He says, most likely he's right there. Run after him, I'll watch your donkey. He takes the donkey away. Listen good, listen good.
Now,
Now Misken is out of the goat,
no
the
donkey.
donkey. It's a hot day. He saw a well of cold water. The third guy stands by the well and he's crying and crying. So the guy, the donkey says to him, why are you crying? He says, I bent down and I just lost a lot of money, fell into the water. So the guy with the goat says, I guess it's a bad day. I lost my donkey, my dog. The guy,
I'll jump in and help
the
him.
guy says to him, if you go down and you bring my money, I'll give you half, but you have to get undressed. He got undressed. Guys, the story is life.
Yeah.
If you are not protecting yourself, you look every half an hour. I mean, the one that says the story talks about Ben Sorer.
Oh.
You cannot wake up, oh, my son.
Yeah.
When you come to school, sometimes they are the last one to know what everyone knows.
Yeah.
But it's not only on kids, it's in life. If a person doesn't pay attention, Larry, what are you laughing about?
No, every parent is, I remember my mother, when we once I got in trouble and she said, so the rabbi said, your son was in trouble. So my mother said, I'm sure he wasn't the one leading the revolution. He said, Mrs. Malitsky, he was the one leading the revolution. From that day on, she learned what she had.
Yeah.
No, but this is the point. You have to constantly look at your back, look at yourself. Every Shabbat.
Yes.
At Seinfeld, she says, my Jerry?
Yeah, my chair. That was it, Ronnie. My Kyra Kint. Yeah. Have a Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Prague and everybody else. A good and
Shabbat Shalom, Larry. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbos, Ronnie. Get Shabbos, Ike. Shabbos, Eli, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.